We're good to go. Thank you very much. We'll open the floor straight away. Raise your hands for a question, please.
Kingsley, we asked Phil Davis the same question. He had a little chuckle about it. Can you talk us about the mood when you go All Blacks, Springboks back-to-back in a week? How does that feel for you guys?
Well, I think it's really exciting. Good afternoon, by the way. I think it's really exciting. I'm so impressed by the Canadian guys' attitude and approach to things, and that's all the boys have asked for this competition, is to be excited about being involved in these games and fight into the end of the games. And so far, we've seen evidence of that. I judge the atmosphere by the volume of breakfast, by the volume of the evening meal, and by the changing room at team run. And I walked into a party this morning at the changing room, beatbox going, guys smiling, and for me that's a massive confidence boost. And the boys are being really led by Tyler and a couple of the other guys, and it comes from them and it's infectious, and we're excited about it.
Another question?
To the coach, what have you made of the Springboks so far in their first couple of games at this World Cup?
Well, I think it all starts up front. I think they're very well coached. I think Razi's doing an incredible job, and we know South African rugby, whether it's Super Rugby or of course the national team, we probably know what we're going to get tomorrow. It starts up front. They squeeze you, and it comes down to gain line, and they're very difficult to stop on the gain line. And once they get over the gain line 3 or 4 phases, they also have some very creative players that can make things happen. So that's a big challenge for us, but we feel that we're up for that challenge. I think they're getting a lot of rugby for a lot of players, and tomorrow we'll face players who may not see themselves in their best 15, but we know they're very good players, and they'll be chomping at the bit for tomorrow. So it's a strong squad that South Africa have. But for me, it's really exciting. I think this group of players, we've just played against a very good team in the All Blacks, of course, and what these guys do is learn and get better each week. And they've said from the start there's a huge amount of growth potential in the group. And we've taken lessons from the All Blacks. It's not our mistakes. There's lots of things they do well, and we're trying to take them into our game. And also for 40 minutes during that game, we were 0-0. So we build on those good things that we are doing as well. So we're excited about the challenge tomorrow, be it a different one to the All Blacks.
What have you learned?
Thank you.
What have you learned most? You mentioned there you're learning from every game. What have you, as a coach and the players, what have you learned most from your adventure here?
Well, I think for me is the speed into position, speed to set up. They almost win the race before the race has begun. And that's just time together, confidence in the accuracy and speed of what they do. And that's certainly what the better teams do, is just they're on the money. They almost outwork teams when the ball is out of play, rather than when the ball is in play. And that's a big thing for us. We got to be better and quicker there. I think if we set early, maybe set before the opposition, we certainly have a good chance of either on our side of the ball having more success, and on their side of the ball stopping their success. All right, for Tyler, what do you think, Tyler? He plays, I don't play. I don't know, I'm just watching like you guys.
A raise of hand for another question. Yes, please.
Yeah, Tyler, on that, you play the All Blacks and the Springboks. Everyone expects a certain set of results there. So what do you target for these games as your specific goals? Do you have a specific goal for each game, and what are they?
Yeah, obviously our first goal is just to put out the best performance we can. The results, it'd be great to get a winning result against either of these teams, but we're in no way favorites, and if we put out the best result we can and the scoreline doesn't fall in our favor, then we'll still be happy with ourselves. So it's just keeping that pride in the Canadian jersey. It's been a long history of rugby in Canada. We feel that the past 2 games we've done ourselves proud, and we're looking to do that again this weekend or tomorrow.
And just from a player's point of view, how exciting is it to be playing teams like New Zealand and South Africa, you know, teams that you rarely get the chance to play otherwise?
Hugely exciting. It's a different level even from Super Rugby. I play against the same guys every week, but when you put the 15 best of them on the field at the same time, that pace and physicality is impressive, and it's something we aspire to. So, yeah, it's a huge honor to be selected for this team and to get to run out against these guys, but also to measure ourselves against them and show that for 40 minutes of that game, we're 0-0 with them, and hopefully for a better part of this game, we're the same or better.
Yes, here in the middle.
Can I ask both guys about DTH van der Merwe and his sort of effect on this Canada team? Obviously, this game will be a particularly special one for him. Can you talk a little bit about his mindset coming into this game? And also, I read somewhere that he writes Captain Green's name on his armbands before his strapping before each game. Is that true? Can you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, definitely. He's sitting right over there, but yeah, he's a bit of an emotional guy at times, and it takes a lot of inspiration out of some pretty inspirational people. So Captain Green is somebody we hold pretty close to our hearts in Canadian rugby. He's a pretty special guy. So I know DTH uses that along with his family and his heritage back in South Africa to do the things that he's done in his career. So it's definitely an inspiration for him. It's been pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd have to ask him, as I say, he sat there, but he's a family man, and he has a lot of pride in that, and I think he's done a lot for Canadian rugby, so tomorrow will be a big day for him. Hopefully not too big a day. He plays his game. I'm sure it'll go well for him. But yeah, it's a great day for him personally, and yeah, I'd like to see him at his best, and I'm sure that we'll see that tomorrow.
Another question? No, that's all for Kingsley and Tyler. Thank you very much for your time. We'll bring up to the table the two players now, DTH van der Merwe and Phil Mack. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.